Mayor and Council. My name is Megan Lau, and I'm speaking today as an individual and a resident of Vancouver. I'd like to acknowledge that we're on the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people. I'm thankful to be able to speak here tonight as I remain strongly opposed to the rezoning in this project, as I have over the last 3 years. I've worked and volunteered in Chinatown and was part of the organizing team for the revitalization of the Vancouver Chinatown Night Market in 2013. When my family moved to Vancouver in 1989, visiting Vancouver was a weekly ritual, one that connected me to my heritage and my culture. So much has been lost in Chinatown because of the type of development that has happened on Main Street in the last 3 years. The transformation of this neighborhood is not unlike what has happened in San Francisco's Mission District, Bed-Stuy in Brooklyn, or the East Village in New York. So what happens to our Chinatown? What about the lives of people who have to leave? What happens when they can no longer afford or sustain a life in a place that they call home? Are we a city that loves to preserve its murals and evict its muralists? After all, do we need more state-of-the-art gymwear, designer dogs, and customized baby strollers? This is what the proponents of this project mean when they say safe, when they say they're cleaning up Chinatown. They equate being low income with being less than. I've read the letters of support for this development that are being considered as part of this hearing. One is the owner of a luxury candle company. Another is a high-end spin studio where classes are $25 to drop in. These are people who are not connected to the lives, the needs, and the priorities of the Chinatown community. It angers me that they claim that 25 units of housing and a recreation center are enough for Chinatown's elders. As others have noted, a senior recreation center is needed, and if so, then we as Vancouverites should realize this amenity and not make its creation dependent on developers. The same letter of support I just mentioned also emphasizes exercise, walkability, and car-free living as a benefit of this development. These are things that the residents and the elders of Chinatown in this community already have and are doing for decades. I'd also like to speak to those that support this development because they wish to be homeowners. The city government has made addressing housing and homelessness a priority. So let us be clear that these two crises are related, but they are not the same. Therefore, the solutions are not the same. Facilitating home ownership for some middle-class professionals does not help house the most impoverished. Because of rising housing costs and stagnant wages, poor renting families in the city spend the majority of their income on housing costs. In tandem with the province's tax breaks for home ownership, continuing to allow development like this in Chinatown gives affluent people more opportunities to acquire wealth, and renters who are disproportionately poor get nothing and are no closer to finding safe or secure housing. Chinatown used to be a place where people of all incomes could find sustenance, community, and Chinese culture. These things were cultivated and protected by the community's resilience, resistance, and pragmatism. For some time, people from my community were simply not allowed to live anywhere else. Now you are telling us we cannot stay, and some of us have nowhere to go. At a time when your colleagues here at City Hall are currently engaging in research about the historical discrimination against Chinese people in Vancouver, I hope you can see the connection between what has come before and the reason why so many of us are here tonight to reject this development at 105 Keefer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. More questions?